Welcome to the Never Gets Old podcast, the home for all you love in TV, movies, music, and comics, with your hosts, Nathan Schell and Mac Jackson. Look for us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the latest episode of the Never Gets Old podcast. I'm your host, Mac Jackson.
I'm Nathan Schell,
who is now our new co-host. Nick is busy with other projects, so he has stepped down, but we have him at the ready should he ever want to pop in and say hi. But everybody knows Nate because he'd been here for, this last year.
Last year helping you with the MacGyver podcast.
Yeah, but also this one. You've been on this.
Have I done this one?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I've helped you quite often.
Yeah, he's my co-host on our other podcast, the MacGyver podcast. So now he's officially our co-host on this one. And so we welcome Nathan.
Yay! Good to be welcome.
So, let me see. What is new with you since we last spoke, besides the list that we're going to go down?
Well...
Oh, you got a dog?
Yeah, we got a dog. Border Collie Beagle mix. A friend of ours ran into some stress, and we swooped in to help out. And it's interesting. You know, we've had the dog for about... Well, we've had her, because she's a female dog, for about a month and a half, 2 months, and it's hard to imagine life before.
Welcome to parenthood.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's basically a fur pet, or a fur baby, so.
Yeah.
My mom and dad have already fallen in love with her, although, gotta watch my dad, she likes to sneak her treats, so.
Here, fix your microphone, you're a little hazy at the moment.
Alright.
Just so I want to...
How's it sound now?
Much better. Much clearer. What else? Yeah, I mean, I saw the pictures as soon as you posted them on Facebook. I'm like, I can't wait to talk to him about that.
Oh, yeah. She's a good dog. She's 8 years old, so she's not really a puppy, but she still acts kind of like a puppy.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Where'd you get her from?
A friend of ours from Virginia.
Okay.
Stephanie and Nick.
Oh, okay. And what, they had the dog?
They had the dog since she was a puppy, and situations arose that they needed to find a new home for the dog, so we stepped in and helped out.
Which is very nice, because I knew you were thinking about it for quite a while.
Yeah, the biggest problem we had was what type of dog to get.
Oh, okay.
Because I wanted a small dog like a pug. Jess wanted a bigger dog, so she won out.
Well, you know what? It's funny, too, because back when we were looking for a dog, we were like, all right, well, what kind of dog do we want? I don't know. I mean, do we want... I was thinking pug because they're cute and everything. And at the same time, the dog that we had before was a Labrador. And we knew, all right, we can't do any better than that. I mean, that's a lab.
Yeah.
But we ended up getting... it's funny because you can't quite realistically go in and dictate what dog you're going to end up with. As long as you're open to getting a dog, you have to realize, all right, I have to... if I find a good dog, I don't care what breed it is.
Yeah, ultimately. I mean, plus, when you're there picking out your pet, the dog that you're looking for might not quite have the personality that fits. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Brooke, she's a pretty chill dog. She'll let you know when she needs to go to the bathroom, which is great. That was a concern Jess and I had when we got her.
Yep.
But yeah, she's chill. She'll lay on the floor, or on a few occasions we'll invite her up on the couch and she'll sit there watching TV with us. And we try not to give her people food too often because we don't want her to start begging people while they're sitting there eating at the table.
Exactly. Well, that's good because you already have a mature enough dog.
Yeah.
That it's not going to matter as far as introducing new ideas.
Yeah.
But that's good. I've seen the pictures, and she's a very pretty dog.
Oh yeah, she likes to be a little sassy when we're out, taking her for walks and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, the stupid phone. Sorry about that.
Sorry. Yeah,
I
actually
figure out a way to reset the voice command because I have it, I thought, to where it would only respond to me if I did the deep Batman voice. To tell it to do something. That way it would accidentally go off. But it goes off now and again just by the tone of my voice or if Batman's on. God darn it. But anywho, so that's good. Life is better now with the dog.
Yeah.
That's good. It's funny, Cindy, I think I told you, Cindy and I are talking about when we do lose Zoe. We're like, yeah, we're going to take a break from the whole dog thing because I love dogs, but, man, we have kids now.
Yeah.
And once you have kids, as much as you love the dog, I'd like to let my kids play in the backyard.
Yeah.
I don't want to worry about landmines, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're very mindful that when we're taking her out for her daily walk, we'll do the loop, and I have the scooper, which I remember when I was a kid, the scooper was your hand in a plastic bag.
Yep. That's got to feel good.
As we got older, it was basically like this weird trowel thing and like a metal rake.
Yep.
Well, now they have one where you remember the little like dinosaur thing on a stick where you squeeze the handle and
yep.
Now they have one like that, so you barely even have to bend over anymore.
As long as it's not loose.
As long as it's not loose, yeah. So we we'll take that with us. We get a little odd looks from the neighbors, and they realize, oh wait, they actually clean up after their dog. Well, yeah, because I don't like it when people let their dog do their business in our yard. So
years ago, I was walking our dog, which I typically don't because we don't have the time to take the dog for a walk, and when we do, she's too rambunctious, and you have to wear her out because she's pulling at the leash like, I want to go here, I want to go here.
Oh, yeah.
And she chokes herself. So, I mean, that's no fun. Well, I took the dog for a walk a few blocks away, and we live in one of those neighborhoods where they don't have sidewalks on every block, which I hate.
Yeah.
It's the road, and then it's the lawn. Well, guess what? I'm not walking on the road if I could get hit by a car. And I'm walking through the dog through the curb, just walking. The dog wasn't stopping to pee or smelling anything, just trying to cross the grass. This woman who got out of her car, got out of her house, saw us coming, got in her car, started to drive away, and I could tell she was looking in her rearview mirror.
Right.
Turns around, comes back, goes, "Hey, get that dog off my lawn." I'm like, "Lady, the dog's not crapping anywhere. We're walking. You don't have sidewalks. Get it off my lawn." I'm like, boy, I hope this dog does crap on your lawn.
Wow, she went total crazy old person.
Crazy old person because she took the time to watch us, set us up for it, turn around and come back to yell. You could actually talk to me. I don't need to be yelled at.
Yeah, she could have just said, "Hey, could you watch your dog in my yard?" And you would have been like, "No problem."
Yeah, sorry. I even said, I'm like, yeah, the dog's not going to do anything. She usually will only pee if anything, and that's not going to happen now. And now that we're standing here arguing with you, there's more of a chance. So thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, absolutely. That's crazy.
Imbecile.
Yeah, I'm waiting to have conversations like that with our neighbors, but
I wanted to go pee on her lawn myself.
That would have gotten you into a whole different area of trouble.
Yeah, only if I get caught.
True.
But I've been quite active musically lately.
I was gonna say I've seen you posting pictures and videos of you playing at the which coffee shop is it?
It's called Duffy's.
Duffy's.
It's in Clark Summit, Pennsylvania. Real easy to find. And what happened was, years ago, now I always would talk about, boy, I wish I had a place like this still. There used to be a place in Scranton where there's now a hotel, but it was Kilcoyne's was the name of it. I used to go perform there twice a week, Thursday nights and Saturday nights. It was great. But the problem was, by the time you got home, it was like 2 o'clock or later.
Right.
And then through the years, performing, I don't want to do the whole 9 to 2 thing because, one, I'm a parent. So, right. 2, I have a job the next day. You can't do that. And even to go out and perform now, thank God the kids are at the age where they can come and sit and watch. Whereas before, you want to go do anything, you need a babysitter.
Yeah, and that can get expensive.
Oh, that's a nice way of putting it. So, for years I think, boy, I really wish I still had that place to go to because Kilcoyne's got torn down. The guy moved to Main Avenue but doesn't have the same setup he did. This was one of those places you go plug into the wall and you go. You don't have to tear down and set up your equipment.
Yeah.
Which is another real reason why I haven't, unless somebody comes to me, I'm not out there pounding the pavement to try and, I got to play every weekend. No, you don't, because it doesn't matter to the rest of the world. You know what I mean? Like, I even did a song, Rome, about the type of musicians who, they think they're something because they have a gig every weekend. Okay, but if you're not putting out actual material for people to own, it's a of-the-moment thing. The moment you step off stage, the music's gone.
Yeah.
And also, if your music sucks, it doesn't matter how often you play.
Yeah.
You're not paying enough attention to the quality of your craft.
You're not improving your work.
Exactly. So, a friend of mine who I met through my previous job told me, there's this place in Clark Summit that they do open mic on Wednesdays. And I thought, okay, great. I'd love to do that, but I've never been to an open mic. I don't know what that is. I mean, I know the idea.
Right.
But
That's the concept.
Yeah, you just walk in and play one song and go home? That's not fun for me. I mean, you hardly get started, and then you're done. So, after I played this one show during the summer, on the way home, it was just me. I stop into this place, walk in to get a lay of the land. And everybody was so nice and welcoming and, hey, how are you? And, oh, you play? And, oh, you're great. We do an open mic on Wednesdays. I thought, yep, I'll come to that. Well, for over a month now, I've been going every Wednesday. Mm-hmm. And Cindy, with Cindy's blessing, because, again, she's home with the kids now. She goes, no, you know what? You need that outlet. She understands. You need to go out and have some you time. Which is true because being without a job for, what was it, I think it was 4 months I was out of a job.
Right.
I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't spending any money. So now...
You were becoming a hermit.
Well, regretfully, I didn't want to, but yeah, there really wasn't any other way of saying it. I was a cheap hermit is what it was. So now... I find this place, and it's filled with intelligent people, people who don't have an ego, very welcoming, very warm, very talented musicians who embrace you as you come in, like, hi, welcome.
Hmm.
What else could you possibly ask for? So I've been going every Wednesday, and I get to do, typically, on average, if it's busy, you do 3 songs. Well... You do 3 songs, and then after time now, they get to know you, and they ask you to sing on their songs.
Oh, wow.
And I can go, all right, hey, you play piano? Do you know how to play this song? Fake it. Here we go. Guy who plays guitar. So it's become a thing where I can have my quick little band for 3 songs. Because if they're so good that they can play guitar, or the one guy, Jason Vo, who's a sweet guy, he runs every other open mic. And he's one of those guitar players who can play the guitar where he puts his hand like on the opposite side of the neck of the guitar. And he's, okay, I put it this way. Whereas I'm a singer who plays guitar, he's a guitar player who might sing.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of these people who are going to this thing is. They're not necessarily the best singers in the world, but they can play guitar. Right. And to hear somebody do an instrumental thing, There's another guy who had a custom guitar built. Instead of 6 strings, it has 10 strings. I don't know why. They call it the Beast. So it's a big fat neck on this classical acoustic guitar. But they're all trying to create. They're all not just going, all right, here's, a song that everybody knows. No, these are songs that they've written. Like I said, even if they're not the best singers, I'm impressed by a lot of their guitar work. And a lot of them don't even bother to try and sing either. A lot of them just go, all right, here's an instrumental that I've been working on. Like Jason Vo, he's doing, he does that tapping guitar thing where you do percussion on the guitar. Well, he also plays the box, the cajon, it's called. And you sit on it and you slap away with your fingers on it. Well, I have him coming up. I'm going to post some videos on the YouTube page of our Harmony Constant concert a couple weeks ago, where he's up there. He's actually playing with us. And it's great. So now I'm going every Wednesday. I'm meeting with people who are sweet and intelligent and talented, and I get to try stuff out. You know what I mean? I get to go, okay, here's a song I've never played before, or here's a song I want to play different.
Yeah, it sounds like it's quite the creative outlet, too.
Oh, it's fantastic. I'll tell you, it encourages me more. I wrote the words, or at least the first draft, to Everly's Dance. That's the song I'm working on. Now, I have to make sure it lines up with the music I already wrote, and then we'll see what happens. But, yeah, you get such a boost of energy when you have people not only playing with you, which is fantastic, but you get done with your 3 songs, and, you got people, even if it's a slow night, they're clapping for you, and you think thank you, but maybe they're just being polite. To have strangers approach you and go, that was fantastic, I can't wait. Do you have a show coming up? And they're like, our next show is November 13th. Friday the 13th. So I told everybody they can dress up if they want.
There you go.
But to know that people actually are hungry to hear more of what you can do.
That's good.
Last week I went and I did my 3 songs, but it went around the horn. Everybody did their songs and they were done, but they still had maybe a half hour left. The owner, Mari, goes, hey, Mac, will you do a song? I'm like, yeah, sure. I mean, I'm hungry to do more. Right. Will you do you do special requests? I'm like, depending, sure. Will you do a John Denver song? My mom's here and she likes your voice and she wants you to do a John Denver song. So I'm like, absolutely. That's fantastic.
That's really cool.
I'm getting that instant feedback right away.
Yeah, which is helpful. It helps,
Yeah, I had one guy sitting with me, and I already vented about this on Facebook. You probably saw. He's sitting with me, and he doesn't play himself. He does play, but he won't go up on stage. So Take it for what it is. Says, is that the only guitar you have? And it's a classical. Everybody else is playing steel string. Well, no. And I go through my story of that. He goes, because I got to tell you, honestly, that's the worst sounding guitar I've ever heard. Oh, yeah? Yeah. Maybe. And now he's proud of himself. Now he's getting his giggles from it. Oh, yeah, let me tell you. Maybe other people wouldn't say it to you, but I'm going to tell you. It's the worst sounding guitar you have to know I've ever heard. And are you going to buy me a new guitar? Well, then shut up. Like, what is your
Are you going to offer to tune it, or are you going to offer something other than just trashing it?
Nastiness, yeah. And that's so that guy. And then he wouldn't shut up about it. He's telling people as they walk by, right? Wasn't I telling you? I told my friend. I said to him, I says, hey, doesn't his guitar sound tinny? Like, shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. I don't want to hear you. And again, I'm trying to be polite, and it wasn't like this happened over the course of the night.
Right.
So I couldn't pounce on him right away. But I thought, you know what? You're a jerk. You're not helping me right now.
It sounds to me like he was being more of an armchair critic.
Exactly, because I even said to him, I said, hey, you play guitar, don't you? Again, I'm trying to be nice about it. Instead of going, why aren't you doing anything? He goes, yeah. I said, how come you're not playing? He goes, oh, I'm chicken. To which my thought was, then shut your mouth.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was when you and I'd been at Shore Leave the other year, there was a guy that was critiquing you in the bar.
Oh, he had his 2 cents to say.
Yeah, I'm down there waiting to see if an actor or actress is going to be there so I can get my autograph, and this guy's critiquing this guy who happened to have his guitar and was singing in the bar and how he was horrible and all that stuff. And I said, out of curiosity, and I described you to the guy, and he goes, yeah, that was the guy. You saw him? I said, he's my friend. And I said, do you realize that he was asked to get his guitar? He didn't have to do anything. And quite honestly, from what I understand, from what other people have heard as I've been walking around the convention, you're in a vast majority, my friend. So just keep that opinion under your hat, so to speak.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
I'm going to be respectful to you, but others might not.
And that's the thing. I mean, you go into any sort of entertainment or creative outlet, being an artist or anything, you have to expect there are going to be people in this world who will not like it, and that's fine.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you heard my experience earlier today.
Exactly.
And that, that had me riled up, and now I'm at the mindset of, you know what? I'm ready for some kind of remarks afterwards.
But that's the thing too. You have to take it into perspective. Like the guy who was talking to you didn't have any relevance. There was no. It wasn't like I know what I'm talking about. This guy was going to critique whoever would happen to be up there playing at the time.
Oh yeah.
It was just that's his natural go-to. To be snarky to anybody that's performing. I don't know why. I don't know if it's jealousy because he's not doing it. Who knows? And I don't care to try and...
I mean, you did say that you'd asked him why he wasn't up there, and he outright said he's chicken. Well,
right.
At that point, his opinion just got nullified by his own remarks.
Exactly. It's the same thing like that guy talking to you. Like,
yeah, I mean, he's entitled to his opinion, but it is what it is, ultimately.
And that's the thing that I personally would probably dig in a little and say, okay, to give you the benefit of the doubt, what is wrong with it? What don't you like? Because if I were the type who sang off key, I'd say, oh well, then you're right. I'm not. I pride myself on, being able to sing a note. So what is it exactly? What is your problem? I'd be curious. And then if they don't say anything, then you know. Because, again, criticism isn't necessarily a bad thing if it's handled right.
Yeah, there's a difference between criticism to be an a-hole and criticism to help you improve, creative, constructive criticism.
Exactly.
Like if somebody were to come up to me and say, hey, your artwork on your ID cards is a little pixelated. Have you tried doing this?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I hadn't even considered that. Thank you, I'll greatly. But if someone just outright says, oh, your artwork looks like total, dog crap, then I'd look at it and say, you know what? That's your opinion, but all these
thanks, but no thanks. Well, I'll tell you something else, too.
Says otherwise.
I'll tell you something else, too. You want to know someone who handled the guitar situation better is that Jason Vo that I just spoke of. Mm-hmm. The way he said it was, the problem that I have with your guitar, and it's not my fault, again, there wasn't anything I could do about how it sounds. There's a different pitch to it because it's an acoustic guitar. The strings don't ring the same. Like on a steel string, they ring a little crisper. Which I go into that knowing it, and that's fine. But this guy, like, the way Jason said it was, he goes, because of the way it rings, I have to adjust the speakers differently. Like, I have to bump up the sound so it balances out. And he got into the technical side of it.
Right.
I thought that was beautiful because, thank you, you told me what needed to be done and you explained the difference, not the problem with the guitar, but the difference.
Yeah. Address the problem in a way that, was discovering the solution, not just...
Here's why you suck.
Yeah. But, that guy's opinion is his own, and it is what it is.
Ugh.
So
that's what I'm doing. I mean, I'm much more, now that the weather's not so hot, I have to get cranking on trying to record some new music. Which some of it I can use. Also, I can write new music as an intro to the show.
There you go.
I'm excited. It'll be. I mean, that's once I get through the technical
aspects of it. Yeah.
Gauntlet of getting that. So, you had a list.
Yes, I have a list of various things that at least I've been watching and reading. Well, I didn't put the list of comics down that I've been reading because, I don't think we have that long of time for.
Well, we could touch on it.
But yeah, for like Doctor Who, have you been watching any of the new episodes?
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course. Without getting too heavily on spoilery type things, because I don't know if you watched last night's episode.
Say what?
I don't know if you got to watch last night's episode or not.
I sure do.
I got to watch it last night as well. This season, I think it seems like they like the idea about doing 2-part episodes.
Yeah, I read that.
I kind of dig. I like the fact that we're actually getting more of the story, less stories, but more of the story.
I think it depends on how it's written. Because for me, in the past, most 2-parters of Doctor Who in particular don't need to be 2-parters. Very seldom have I gone, oh, okay. You know what I mean? And I'll let you know once we get done with this 2-parter. But the first 2-parter I was all about. I'm like, yep.
Yeah, the first 2-parter definitely felt like it needed the 2-part.
Right.
As soon as we watched the first episode, I looked at Jess, I said, they're throwing a lot back to the beginning. They're paying homage just like they did off and on through when Tennant was the Doctor.
Yeah.
And I love that. That's just great.
I agree. Don't ignore the history. Embrace it.
Yeah, embrace the history, pay homage to it, and it's fun. I like it. No.
Not only is it fun, let's talk about how much better already this season is from last season.
Mm-hmm.
He's not an a-hole.
Yeah, well, the first season, there's always there's the mix of the actor finding the right balance for the character and, showing the evolution of the character from the previous incarnation to what it ultimately ends up becoming. When you look at Matt Smith, when he started out as the Doctor, he's not it's the same Doctor, but not the same portrayal.
Right. Which is fine.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked Capaldi's first season because it was a change. It was a drastic enough change that it forced you to realize the Doctor is old. He's not this young, 20-something looking alien. He's, for lack of better wording, ancient.
Right.
And I like that, the way that they did that with Capaldi's first season. With this one, they're touching on the little bit of manicness that all the Doctors have had at some point or another.
Right.
And I enjoy that. And it just, I loved how, he's having fun, but yet he's got that moment where he's serious.
Right, absolutely.
This episode was great for that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing, too. I'll tell you, if you look at last season, it was probably the worst season since The New Who. Because he was an a-hole. And he wasn't a charming a-hole. The majority of the world said, I understand, Moffat, that you think this is cute and a throwback to the 6th Doctor or, whatever. It's not fun for us. And it really wasn't. It was very hard to get through. And the stories were hit and miss for last season. But overall, everybody had said, I like Capaldi, but I hate this Doctor. And it seems like they listened, because I remember them in the press, they kept saying, he's better. He's not the same. He's not nasty. You're going to see, this is a nice Doctor.
Yeah, a nice evolution of the character.
And boy, they made sure that you knew right away that, okay, we fixed him. Because remember, there was nothing to like about the Doctor last season. He was mean.
Really, he was
harsh.
Yeah, there was the harshness to it, but I guess the way I view it, I kind of accept it as a necessariness, and it wasn't like he was being... The way I view it is he wasn't being harsh to be harsh. He was being harsh not for the viewer, the companions, but he was being harsh for himself, because it was that self-reminder, though I looked like, I could have been this girl's boyfriend or lover or whatever, I'm considerably older than this person. This is my reminder to myself that I need to be me for me, not me for them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but and that's you being much more generous than you even need to be.
No,
because you're doing the mental excuse for him that the rest of us were trying. Like, all right, well, why is he this way? Let's look at it as he feels. Okay, yes.
Yeah, for me, I tend to always try to look below the surface with a lot of things,
right.
And that's
which is good because you have to do that to just try and get through it.
Yeah, I mean, will that be a season that I watch straight through every time I go to do a Doctor Who rewatch? Probably not. Now, are there episodes in that season that I will watch? Oh, absolutely.
Sure.
There were, I'd say, at least 4 to 5 episodes that I thought were really good.
Right.
The last arc with the true introduction of Missy, not the little 5-second scene here or there.
No.
But those last 2 to 3 episodes were really good. To me, that's when we started to see the beginnings of what Capaldi has become now.
Well, and that was the thing too. That if you watch on the Christmas episode, it gave us hope that okay, he learned his lesson and he values Clara and he knows how to fix it and he's going to make things better. That was what I took away from that. And it turns out that was exactly what did happen. It looked like they were letting us know, don't worry, we're fixing it, this is going to be better.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Yeah. Doctor Who, the thing to remember with it is, and this is actually something I've been told by a friend that has been watching it since the 70s? I think he's that much older than me. Yeah. He said Doctor Who is one of those shows that it has naturally got change built into it. You don't like this portrayal of the Doctor? It will evolve. It will change over time. Or you just wait the guy out. He'll leave the show. It's
exactly.
It's got that change built into it. So just casually keep with it until you see that change, and then enjoy it.
And I remember people actually saying, "Nope, I'm done. I'm out. I can't do it." I mean, people who ran the Doctor Who podcast said, "I don't care. I'm done. I know I've watched this my entire life, but if this is how he's going to be, I hate him." And that's not a way to... If I'm not enjoying the show, why would I watch it?
Yeah, and that's kind of frustrating for me as a fan, because, I understand people are that adamant about things, but it almost seems like some people take a certain level of ownership to things that aren't necessarily things that they should be that heartbroken over if, there's a sudden change.
Right. Well, and that's the thing, too, let me tell you. I'm watching it, and again, we're trying to like him. Mm-hmm. You try and, laugh like you would say, I know you liked House. Well, it was the same thing. I couldn't watch House because there was nothing redeeming about this guy. He was just the a-hole who got away with being an a-hole. Whereas Sherlock, I know we've talked about this.
Oh, yeah.
Sherlock, there's hope. Depending on whether you're talking about the BBC version or the American version, they're both a-holes to one extent or the other, but you root for them to be on the journey of being more aware, better people, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So that's why you keep watching it. If they keep celebrating the Doctor being this curmudgeon who's not even likable to be around, people are like, done. So I thought, okay, true. And now this season starts off, and they make sure you know right away. I mean, he smiles at the end of the Christmas one that he's going in. Here we go on an adventure. They find him in the new season, and he hugs her. I'm like, and there it is. Thank you.
And I'm sorry, but just the shot, the image, and if you can find it, or if I can find it, I'll
him with the guitar,
where he's riding into the arena, for lack of better wording, on a tank, playing a guitar, wearing sunglasses. I'm surprised the internet didn't explode.
Right.
With that. Just that's a beautiful shot.
And you know what? It wasn't until the bonus scene where he's talking about, practicing guitar. I'm like, he's playing. I didn't know that, but he's playing the Doctor Who theme as he rides in.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't pick up on that.
He actually, I don't know if he was, or if he still is or not, but I know at one time he was actually in a band.
Right.
I don't remember what instrument. I recall he played an instrument, but I don't remember which one.
Yeah. He's in there. That's actually him playing that guitar. I'm like, that's cool.
Oh, yeah, he's very much willing to learn and try things with. I mean, there's footage of him practicing driving around in Davros's chair.
Yep, that was the clip for this week. And I'll tell you, I love his. Part of the things that I love about him is his excitement to be Doctor Who. He's like, I'm Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Like, I'm Doctor Who. Do you understand? Like, this is. I don't take this lightly.
Yeah, you could almost see him being one of those little kids that probably ran up to Hartnell in the park, asking for his autograph.
Oh, absolutely.
And then now, at that age, being able to pay it forward, so to speak.
Exactly. Well, and back to what I was saying about the writers going, okay, we're fixing this. They really seem to know that they're fixing it too, because they have them hug them right away to show, look, I'm a hugger. Because I hated that line. I'm not a hugger in this version. I'm like, if you're still the same person, you don't all of a sudden decide that you're not going to do your basic decency.
Yeah, I mean, I could almost imagine it being, I don't know if I'm ready for hugging yet.
Which I would accept. I would gladly accept that.
But, I mean, keep in mind, Tennant during End of Time, I think part 1, when he was talking to Wilford, he had said, when he regenerates, in a way, it is like dying, because, another person basically takes over his body.
Right.
So, I mean, there is going to be sometimes some drastic change. But, yes.
But I'll take that. That's at least... Again, it's the whole... If you get into Doctor Who... Be prepared to just go, okay, I guess.
And be ready for one heck of a roller coaster ride of emotions.
Well, of emotions. That's the selling point that Cindy and I tell. When we got out of Iron Giant the other night, we met this couple with these kids, and we start swapping notes. Hey, what do you think of, do you watch this? Do you watch that? Well, you should, and here's this. And Cindy goes, do you watch Doctor Who? She's like, no, I never understood why. I'm like, oh, we both went, okay, look at. There are certain episodes that you need to try to see if you're ready for Doctor Who.
Yep.
But going into it, you also have to accept that the writers don't necessarily try to keep the mythology correct. They just kind of go with it. Like even the Doctor said when he's in Davros, where did he get the tea? I'm the Doctor, just accept it. That was a wink and a nod to all of us. Wait a minute, what? So we were telling them, the selling point, the reason why it's great to get into Doctor Who is you will love these characters, and then you will have your heart ripped out. But it'll stay with you the rest of your life.
Oh, yeah. There are moments that will hopefully make you a better person. Exactly.
And so, with the writing, you could tell that they know they're watching this. They're fixing last season. You could tell they changed his outfit because they even said he looked like a magician. So they gave him that cool hoodie thing, which I really like.
Right.
Because it's the same type of jacket. It's mid-length, which I love. He looks hipper because he's got the hood. And he's wearing a T-shirt.
Yeah, I mean, and the Doctor's always had multiple outfits.
But they don't always use them, unfortunately.
Not all the time, right.
It's usually typical 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Like think about each Doctor.
Tennant Tennant had two.
Tennant had two.
Well, technically had three because he had the tuxedo.
Well, I don't really
I think he
consider
was that
like
two episodes. But anyway, you got Matt Smith where he had the two.
Yep.
Technically a third because in the one Christmas episode he had a different one.
Yeah.
That was his morning outfit.
Right.
But yeah, and I mean the only one that really didn't have a drastic change outfit-wise was the Ninth Doctor. He had He had two different shirts he wore. That was about the extent of his.
Right.
Yeah, which is kind of nice because it made it easy for the costumers. Like, oh yeah, I just got to change the shirt and I could be the other version, you know.
Do you want a purple V-neck or the other one?
The burgundy, yeah. So.
But I mean that's the thing too. I understand it's an iconic look, blah 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 blah. But boy, if something isn't working, don't hang on to it.
Yeah, or just make a point to that look didn't feel right or whatever. Just something. Yeah.
Yeah. So. They did that. He seems hipper. He seems much happier. He's more of the Doctor now. He's like a happy little kid who can't wait to go on adventures. And, here I come. I'm riding the tank and I'm playing guitar. Yeah!
Last night's episode, I about lost it because, he's getting all excited and everybody's looking at him like, are you flipping nuts? Why are you getting excited about this? This is horrible.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, that's because he's the Doctor and this is something truly unknown to him. And it's like he's like a kid on Christmas morning,
And, that's kind of like become his catchphrase now. I don't know what this is. Isn't it exciting?
Yeah.
Which is much better than shutty up.
Yeah.
Which I couldn't. Again, that was back to the nasty Doctor. I'm like, that's not cute or charming. Make it go away. And, what else? Oh, how about that cliffhanger to last night's episode? Wow.
I thought, I had that thought, are they going to do this? No, they're not going to. Oh, crap, they're doing it. God, another two-parter. Why?
Yeah. Yeah. I went into it knowing it was a two-parter because I read the description and they tell you right up front.
Yeah, I didn't. I try not to read the description because sometimes they give too much away. But.
Right. But yeah, I'm loving it. I'm happy to say I love the Doctor again. And yeah. I want Moffat and everybody else who's ever worked on that show to understand, yes, thank you. Don't do the Beatles thing where you think you can get away with anything just because you're the Beatles. It doesn't work.
Yeah. Or if you're going to do something, know that, you may have to explain why you're changing it. If he's going to become a curmudgeon, make it an actual reason, not just, oh, this is the new face of the Doctor.
Yes.
Have him for hopefully I don't inadvertently give them an idea, but have him hit like a monumental tragedy and it shakes him to his core,
Sure.
Then it's an acceptable, okay, because of this happened, so.
Well, I'll tell you something else too that I really like. They're making him one of the things that you love about Capaldi, like we said, is his excitement.
Oh, absolutely.
Why not let the Doctor be excited like he always was before? You have Peter Capaldi, who is a kid, basically.
Yeah, you have basically the ultimate fanboy in that role.
Yeah.
Embrace it,
Exactly.
So.
So I'm very happy. Very, very, thank God you people are doing the right thing. Happy.
Oh, absolutely. Some other shows that I've been watching. Gotham.
Okay.
Are you caught up on it?
Oh yeah. Okay. Look at you. There's only one thing on your list that I do not watch.
I would be very surprised because you and I have very similar tastes. But oh my God, Gotham! That show has been amazing so far this season.
Right, hasn't it?
I'm torn. I'm torn with that Jerome guy though, because the writers outright said they weren't going to be doing the whole Joker storyline. They're not going to give us the Joker. They're not going to give us the Joker. And I'm like, okay, if you guys aren't giving us the Joker, you're giving us somebody who is clearly whoever ends up as the Joker's inspiration, because in last week's episode when, he's arguing with that guy over the samurai sword, and then he just whips up the chainsaw and actually, clashes with the guy a couple times with it. I'm like, are you out of your mind? This is clearly somebody who is destined to be the Joker.
Right. Without a doubt.
Yeah, and
And
I
he
like
does
how
a great job, by the way.
Oh God, yeah.
This is I knew him from The Music Man.
Yeah.
You know the version with Matthew Broderick.
Yeah,
My favorite version, and he's the little kid.
You mentioned that once before.
Yeah.
But yeah, with his portrayal, it's frightening. It really is. The guy that plays Nigma, I love seeing the duality they're showing there.
I guess. I mean, I don't know.
We're beginning to see the cracks form in him becoming Nigma. I mean, you're going to see him fracture more and more.
Right.
And ultimately, his final personality is going to be the mixture of the two. The overconfidence, the cockiness of that mirror version of him, for the lack of better wording. But
right. Well, the thing for me is that, and again, going into this, you just kind of got to go, yeah, okay, if that's the way we're playing it on this show. Because already comic book fans are going, nope, this isn't how it happens, nope.
Yeah, and the problem I have there with comic book fans, and here's my question to the diehard comic book fans, because I'm not a diehard comic book fan, but I'm a comic book fan enough that how many times have we been presented with the same sequence of events, but things change?
Right.
How many times have they retconned things in stories where, Bruce Wayne's parents died countless times over the course of the comics now, and some comics have it Joe Chill's the murderer. Some go the route.
No.
Yeah, some people, or some we don't know who it was. Some it's Joe Chill. There's a handful out there where it is the Joker, which they just take the Tim Burton approach, which is fine. I mean, that's their creative choice. The way I view Gotham is this is another variation of those old roots that we're all familiar with, but this is their interpretation. Right. Does it bug me that, we've been introduced to Catwoman, Penguin, Riddler, Poison Ivy, which thankfully we haven't seen at all this season, because she kind of felt like she was just shoehorned in.
Yeah, everybody said that.
But it bugged me at first, but I've enjoyed seeing what they've been doing with the characters. It's kind of challenged my way of viewing it like, oh, could this have been a possible origin for the character? Oh, absolutely.
Sure.
So, but, yeah, I mean, just my 2 cents.
Well, here's the thing. For my own sanity, I am taking the approach of, as long as it's not Smallville, I don't care. Like, let it be its own thing. Don't jerk us around and go, oh, you're waiting for the Superman, but he's not going to ever show his powers. Like, no. In 10 years, we should get Batman. If the show is on that long, he can become Batman, which I love.
Yeah.
And I'm just enjoying it.
Yeah, I like how they're showing the kid with, the slivers of still, innocence, and having it where, he is showing that he's got some level at this stage in his life of deductive reasoning.
Yes.
And the determination to find out things,
I agree. And
I like how they're having Alfred be more of a...
That was a very important thing that you're about to say, and I know, I agree.
Yeah, I like how...
If you're going to do this, I'm going to train you.
Yeah, I like how they're showing him take a little bit more of an active role. And I love the scene between him and Lucius Fox, where he's basically he's having that talk where, inevitably, I know you're going to have this talk with whoever ends up dating your daughter, you break her heart, I'm going to rip your heart out.
Right.
But he's having that same talk with Lucius Fox, basically, and he's just sitting there, being very respectful. Yes, sir, absolutely. And then he goes, do you have any questions? And he goes, what's a kipper? I about lost it, because it's like, out of that entire thing, that was the only thing he was confused about. But, that's a very American thing. If we're talking to somebody from another country, if there's something that, there's a small subtlety that they're touching on that we don't understand, we'll outright ask.
Right.
Sometimes it's brazenness, sometimes it's just curiosity. And I love that. It gave the the seriousness of the situation, just enough levity that it didn't seem too dark and broody. You know what I mean?
You said it perfectly. I agree. I was thinking the exact same thing. And, you know, I thought, okay, so last season was good. I watched it because I remember the episode that really became something, and it was when they did the Mr. Zaz shows up and starts shooting up the police station.
Oh yeah, that
was oh crap, it's hit the fan type of a episode.
Yeah, that is an episode that as soon as I saw that, I looked at Jess and I said, "This has truly won me over."
Yeah,
because that just was perfect. I mean, that entire that hit right at the right spot that I think it helped rejuvenate a lot of people's interest in the show.
Well, now this second season starts. I'm like, oh, okay, well, good. Wow, heck of a beginning. Okay, good. And then this last episode, second episode of the second season. Holy crap!
Yeah, I mean,
everybody just because it was exciting, it was scary, it was disturbing.
Yeah, and it showed that, you know, they're going to push the envelope as much as they can, but keep it where that's not going to be depressing.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, Mikey was asking me as we're watching it, okay? He goes, wait a minute, if that's Barbara Gordon, that's Batgirl's mother? I said, in the comics. Well, how's he ever going to marry her if she's a bad guy now? I'm like, that's my boy. Good question. And you got to assume it's something else is going to happen.
Yeah, my question is, okay, were we all jumping the gun thinking Barbara Keene is the future wife of Barbara Gordon, and she's not just another cog in the machine that is the red herring machine, so to speak?
Uh-huh.
And I think she is.
You think what? She is what?
I don't think she is the future Mrs. Barbara Gordon. I think she is somebody who is going to have an impact on helping shape Gordon into the future Commissioner Gordon. Which you can already start seeing the groundwork of that. When he outright offs that guy, when he wants, sorry, spoilers.
Don't worry about any of it.
Yeah. When he, well, no, for the listeners.
No, I know, but
yeah, spoilers. Yeah. They should know by now. We're impassioned about this stuff.
Exactly.
But anyway, when he went and offed that guy for Penguin, you saw him cross that line that he knows this is a line I can't cross if I want to be able to do my job effectively and still retain on to who I am as a person.
Uh-huh.
But then, you know, rewind a scene or two before when he's talking to Bruce Wayne, and this kid's supposed to be what, like 10-ish?
Yeah.
When he basically outright says, so wait, because you're not willing to do what's necessary to get to the truth, to not compromise who you are fundamentally, you know, you're just going to give up? You know, what's wrong with you?
Right.
And see him cross that line and realize, okay, there is a line that I may not be comfortable with crossing, that I may have to cross. Kind of sits in my mind anyway, because I'm crazy. Him realizing that at some time in the future, there may be somebody he has to rely on that'll have to, quote unquote, do the dirty work.
Yep.
He's not capable of doing.
Yep.
And the beautiful thing is the person who basically told him this is the person he's going to have to do that with. I love it.
I'm telling you, anybody who hasn't been watching this, wow, do yourself a favor and at least watch last week's episode.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go back and watch the beginning, watch it from the beginning. Just hold on. It's a bit of an up and down roller coaster. Once Zaz gets introduced, it really gets into the home stretch of things.
It really does. I remember that, like you said, they've turned a corner now.
Yep, absolutely. But I love it. I can't wait.
I know. Me too. I texted Cindy because I had said to her afterwards, "You're going to want to watch that," because she doesn't watch it. she started to, and then, she's like, yeah, it's not like S.H.I.E.L.D. for me. It's like, and I'm like, well, you gotta be patient. You gotta just accept it for what it is, and blah, 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 blah. Well, now, I'm like, okay, you need to watch this now.
Oh, absolutely.
This is.
I think that's something a lot of people don't, or a lot of people just are so quick. They want that instant gratification. They want that quick, speedy, I want to see this now.
Right.
Is that, okay, I know you want to see that now, but you have to see the build-up. You have to see all the bits and pieces to truly appreciate what you want to see.
Yes.
So,
yeah, whoo! So what else? Go ahead. Go down your list.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I'm loving the season so far. I mean, I think we're only one episode in.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of speculation on, Gemma, where she's at. I'm not entirely sure where she's at, but it'll be interesting to see what they utilize that for. Because they're going to tie that in somewhere.
Sure. And that's fine. Whatever. That's good. Good stuff.
I like the fact that they've actually shown Coulson, attaching and detaching his hand and everything. I like that they're reminding us that, he didn't just, go clone a hand. Or, it is actually a prosthetic.
Right. I also like the fact that they mention, and again, this is one of those shows that, boy, just pay attention and listen to what they're telling you. And it's very quick, where he mentions that I've already gone through 3 arms, because they're not going to get it perfect right away.
Oh, yeah.
They're trying stuff out. I thought, all right, I like that. I'll take that. Absolutely.
And did you notice 2 things? The axe is now in Coulson's office.
What is?
The axe.
Is it?
Yep. I saw it on the second watch through. It's like hanging on his wall. And his hand, I think, is in the lab, still holding the crystal. I think. Because I know I saw like a crystal somewhere, but I'm going to have to go back and watch it a third time. Oh, darn.
Yeah, I know. Darn.
But I like how they're showing that, yes, time has passed, but it's not that quick, immediate, Bobby's knee's fixed. Coulson's got another hand. They're showing that they're still recovering. And I like that.
And I also like they've given Fitz. Is it Fitz? Yeah.
Yeah, they've given Fitz
purpose.
A purpose. They've given him drive again.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I'm very happy about that.
Where things continue to go there.
Absolutely. So. But it felt like a lot of setup this first episode, which is fine. I'll accept it.
I like how they showed them interacting with somebody with the Inhuman gene.
With the what?
Inhuman gene.
Yes, I love that whole. They gave Daisy more purpose, because I hated her in the first season.
Yeah, she seemed like she was just the hipster.
The Mary Sue, they would call her.
Mary Sue, yeah. And the second season, you started to see her developing. And I like seeing that development over time. I mean, by the end of the first season, she was starting her journey of finding a purpose. And then, oh shit, this happened. Now we've all got to change.
Yep.
And it's been really good. I like that.
Me too.
I'm curious to see how they're going to link this up with the Marvel movies, because they always do.
And they said that the movies will now start to reference the TV show more, which it should.
Yeah. Absolutely. So.
Yeah, like I said, I enjoy it, but I feel like I need to watch it again, because it still feels like it's all new and it's all different, and not in a bad way.
Right.
But it's okay. Let me get my bearings and figure out what I'm watching again.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious to see if they're going to start referencing Daredevil.
Oh, please.
Daredevil.
You watched all of Daredevil, right? We had that conversation?
Yes.
Holy crap. Best thing Marvel's ever done.
Yeah, and from what I understand, Jessica Jones is going to be just as good, from what little bits I've seen here and there.
Yeah.
obviously, you feel free to snag photos of me as Matt Murdock from the various...
Don't you worry.
What's that?
Don't you worry.
So, matter of fact, I think I have a photo of me standing next to an autograph somebody had framed up, where I'm trying to pose like the actor. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
That's cool.
But yeah. So that's that. I know I've got a little bit of limited time here because of plans this evening, but haven't got the chance to watch Sleepy Hollow yet.
See it for the love of God. See it.
Yeah, sat down to watch it last night, and that just didn't happen because internet was slow, so I couldn't watch it on Hulu, unfortunately. Dark Matter, did you watch that?
I did.
I did not see that final last second reveal coming.
Good, because
as they were dragging everybody off the ship, I was like, okay, there's 1, 2. I love that they actually had them in numerical sequence too. I was like, okay.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. It's like, wait, what? Son of a...
Yeah.
Yeah. But just another more reason to, whenever I get the chance to meet that actor, to frustratingly yell at him how much I love and yet hate him at the same time.
Well, I hope I get to meet him because I've been watching him since he did an episode on Highlander years ago.
Yep. Yeah.
He always pops up.
Yeah, he always pops up on stuff. He was on this week's episode of Bones.
Yes, he was, which I watched because they're doing a tie-in with Sleepy Hollow soon.
Yep.
So Sydney and I said, all right, we've never watched Bones because it's one of those shows where they think they're too cutesy, like NCIS.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the way they write it, where aren't we cute? Aren't I? Here's a zinger.
Yeah.
I can't personally do that. It ticks me off. But we watched it.
Yeah.
And we got through it, but he was the highlight of seeing that. I'm like, oh, all right, that guy. Good for him getting work all the time.
Absolutely. Continuum. Did you ever watch that show?
I watched the first season and then dropped off. What do you think?
Well, they're actually airing the last 6 episodes now. They've got 1 more episode left. And I can't remember the actor's name, but the guy that was in Dark Matter as Six is in that.
Okay.
And he plays the typical character he usually does play. But it's really good. It seems like they're trying to wrap up the story and everything, which is good. I'd hate to see them have 6 episodes and then just squander it. It's going to be interesting to see how they end up wrapping it up. They've got 1 episode left, and I think they'll do an adequate enough job that it'll feel like a complete story.
Okay, I'm waiting to see 5. What is it? Is it 6 monkeys, 9 monkeys? What is it? 12 monkeys. I'm dying to see that again.
Yeah, I watched the first season of that. That was pretty good. I did not see the twist at the end of that coming.
I don't even remember it, but yeah.
Where the woman was the one that ended up jumping in time.
Oh, was it? Okay, that's cool. That's cool, because I love that whole time. You know me, I love time.
Oh, yeah, and that was a show that actually did the time travel story plot well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this happened. Well, now this changed.
But you know what? The way they did it was you didn't know at first. You're like, wait, what? Why did he shoot that guy? He shot the guy in the back of the head. Yeah. And then you find out 6 episodes later, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well thought out. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely. Did you watch The Last Ship?
No. How is it?
Really good. They just did their 2nd season. It's very well done. Adam Baldwin's in it. He plays the executive officer of the Nathan James, and it deals with like the Earth being hit with an epidemic, and this naval ship was tasked with finding a cure for this this developing issue. And there's a lot of conspiracy being thrown around in the 2nd season. A lot of scientific-y stuff with the cure, how to spread it, all that stuff. Very well done. And it shows how people handle adversity very well, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And the stress of being put in those situations.
Okay.
The 2nd season ends in a way that it's like, are you effing kidding me? after all that, this is what ends up happening with this one character. Oh, you jackwads. You know? So,
I hate you all.
Yeah, let's see. Blind Spot. You checked that show out yet?
Blind Spot.
It's a new NBC show. I've only seen the first.
Oh, yes. Cindy loves it, and I've
yeah. I'm not sure about it. I'm going to sit down and watch the second episode, check it out. I think it's got promise, but it depends on how quickly they decipher things with the girl's tattoos and stuff.
You know what? So far, so good. I enjoy it. I enjoy her.
Oh, yeah.
I don't mind the guy who's the straight-faced FBI actor. They can loosen him up a little bit, but whatever.
Early enough in the season, they still have time for that.
Yeah, and I'm watching that and enjoying it, but I am also... I'm also watching... Let me go through some of the new ones and give you my thoughts.
Okay.
Minority Report.
Haven't gotten a chance to check it out yet.
It's fun. It's fun. It's good, but you can tell that the people who did that show are trying to rip off Sleepy Hollow a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as long as you're prepared for that.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. There's that, and then there's the Limitless show.
Okay.
Never saw the movie.
I saw the movie. The movie was pretty enjoyable.
Okay. Well, the show is okay. I mean, it's what it is. There's nothing really complex about it. You take a pill, you have these powers, bing, bang, boom, and then you don't.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah, similar concept to the movie, but a little bit more involved to it, like what happens if he drinks with it,
Yeah, and I've watched it, and the second episode I kind of watched. Same thing with Minority Report. I want to watch it, but then I have kids, and they're running around, and blah, 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 blah. You know, I have to pick my moments. And certain shows, I'm like, shh, I'm watching it. Like Sleepy Hollow, you have to watch Sleepy Hollow ASAP.
Yeah.
It's fun. Any criticism that it had during the second season so far is gone.
Yeah, with Jess and I, because she works nights, I have to wait until the day after to watch everything. So unfortunately,
yeah,
I have that luxury. It is getting close to that time. I'm going to need to duck off.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up and keep your list because we need.
Oh yeah, we've got other shows, and I can actually do a little bit of a detailed comic book list. And
I love this. This is so much fun. And then let me know when you have free time. Otherwise, we could plan it for the weekends like we are now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
the next episode.
Right now is my slow time between conventions. So.
Nice. All right. Well, you're going to notice, everybody, on our Facebook page, Nathan's going to be adding stuff to it. So
I'll be adding my little bit of a bio, I suppose, to the page, and we'll keep Nick up there because he's hopefully
part of the history.
Periodically, and he's part of the history. He helped get you where you are now, and it's the respectful thing to do. So.
Exactly. And so he's going to add his stuff. He's going to add pictures. He's going to, let him know what you think, too. Just go on to Facebook, like the Never Gets Old podcast page. Look for me on Twitter. It's MacWJackson. And what's yours on Twitter?
NASCHELL.
So there. One of the things we're going to have to talk about, which I don't know if we could wait until the MacGyver one, or we could just talk about it whenever we feel like it, we have to discuss the possible new show. Do you know about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am on a campaign now to make sure the powers that be understand. Do a continuation, not a reboot. If you do a reboot, everybody who loves MacGyver will not watch the pilot.
It's one of those. It has to be. If it's a reboot, it has to be presented in a very, very particular way. Otherwise, it's going to end up doing a huge disservice.
And that's the thing. You can't do reboots with certain characters. You can only add on.
Yeah.
And MacGyver is one of those. Do not ignore the past. Let it be his son or his grandson. I have a video. If anybody goes to my YouTube page, MacWJack, you'll find the MacGyver needs RDA is basically the idea.
Yeah.
So type that into YouTube and let me know what you think. All right. Before we get talking about other things, we're going to wrap this up, and we will talk to you guys next time. And yeah,
it's been fun always. So
thank you very much.
Take it easy, everybody.
Bye.